Good morning friends, welcome to TechPoint Solutions and my name is Ganesh. This channel is created to deliver you SQL Server technical interview questions based on writing logical and tricky SQL queries, theoretical question and scenario based question. This channel is also intended for fresher and experienced candidate. So if you are new to this channel, then please watch the video, and if you like the video, then please hit the like button, share, press the bell icon and subscribe to our channel. In this video tutorial, we will see SQL Server interview question based on SQL constraint, such as what are the constraints, what is the need of constraints, and what are the types of constraint. Now, constraints are basically a set of rules used to specify rules for data in a table. These rules control the data stored in a table. It also allows to enforce various type of validation of data. For example, if you are creating a particular table or if you are storing some data in Excel as well, and you want to put some rules on particular column, such as a particular column should not allow a null value, a particular column should not have negative values or should not contain duplicate values. So these are nothing but set of rules that are used to specify to control your data. That is what are constraints. Now what is the need of constraint? The first is to enforce data integrity. A data integrity is a process that ensures accuracy, completeness of your organization data. That means your data should be very accurate. That means your data should not contain some unknown value, some invalid values or some duplicate values. Example, if a user enters a date of birth in another column, the system will throw an error message and will avoid the user from filling this kind of information under another column. And that is the case, your data should not contain accurate data. That is what your data integrity. These are the types of constraint: not null constraint, primary key constraint, unique constraint, foreign constraint, check constraint and default constraint. Let's take an example to understand each type of constraint. In this example, we will create product category which contains category ID, category name and category description, and we will create another table called products, product ID, product details, some unit price and discount. So let's understand each type of constraint and we will create these two tables. Not null constraint, it enforces a column to not accept null values. So whenever you create a column with not null constraint, a column should not accept, does not accept null values. There should be always some value. Example, consider that you are filling some online form and with some basic information such as employee name, contact number, username. You often see that those are mandatory field and highlighted with some red star icon that indicates these values are required fields. In simple terms, whichever are mandatory columns, set them with not null constraint. Let's consider example. Let's create a product category table, and product category ID and category name, I do not want this null value. So I am declaring as not null, and category description, I am not specifying anything here. So by default, it will create or accept null values. Let's create table and I am inserting some values in the table. 3 rows affected, and let me show you the data. These are the data, and now I am trying to put some null values for the column category name. You see here, and let's try to insert a value. Now you can see that I cannot insert a null value because column does not allow unnulls, because we have already created not null constraint for category name and category ID. So this is where you need to create not null constraint. Primary key constraint. A primary key contains unique values and cannot contain null values. A table can have only one primary key, and primary key can consist of single or multiple columns. Example, each employee in company has employee ID which is unique. In a class, each student has unique roll number. In a commercial apartment, each flat has some flat number that uniquely identifies. Student has unique seat number. So these are the cases where you can create a primary key. Let's take an example. We will consider the same table here. Let me show you. Let me show you the table first, product category, and now I am trying to insert another record with the same category ID, and you see that category ID 1 already exists here. I am trying to put some another value here. Let's say furniture, and let me try to insert here. You see that the table is allowing to insert duplicate values. Now, how can I identify which one is the unique record? So this is the case where you need to identify uniquely record. You need to create a primary key. So let's remove this value. So category name is equal to, let's remove, and because if you try to create a primary key, it will throw an error. There are some duplicates data. So let's create primary key, alter table, table name, add constraint, constraint name, and primary key. Press F5, and we have created. And now let's try to put the sum value. You see that a violation of primary key. A duplicate key value is 1. That means this one value is already exist in product category. So this is the case where you need to create a primary key constraint. Unique key constraint ensure that all values in a column are different and unique. Example, each product has unique product name. Organization should have unique department name. First name, middle name, and last name of this combination should be unique. So there could be possibility that there are two persons exist with the same first name and last name, but there never be the case like a first name, middle name, last name should be the same. So I want to make this combination as unique. Let's take an example. In our case, let me show you. Now, if I try, I want this category name to be unique, and let's try to insert the same value here, but this time I am putting the category ID as different. Let's put press F5, and you see that it is allowing me to insert duplicate values. This category ID is different, but you will see the values are the same. I want this category name to be unique. So this is the case where you can create unique constraint. Let me remove the data first, and I am adding add constraint, constraint name as unique, category name, and now let's try to insert the same value. Press F5. You see that violation of unique key constraint. Duplicate key value is home and kitchen. You see that because this value already exists here in with the same. Foreign key constraint is a column or combination of column in one table that refers to primary key in another table. Use foreign key constraint to enforce that every entry from table 1 is valid entry in another table. These are the example. So customer can place multiple orders, a category, and there are multiple products under the same category. Now let's understand the scenario. Now we have already created products category table. Under this category, I want to create multiple products. That means in our case, this is our parent table, and in order to create products, this will be our child table, and I want to set a relationship between them. So this is the case where we can define primary key and foreign key relationship. So let me create a product table here. Press F5. I have created a product tables, and let me insert some values here. Press F5. Now let me show you the data. Yes, I have inserted some values, but in the future, if I want to categorize this product, what is the category type? I do not see any attribute that will be identified. That means tipping box is related to this category, home and kitchen. Likewise, how can I identify? So this is the case where we need to define foreign key relationship. So in that case, we have to add one more column, category ID, in product table, and foreign key as a category ID references the parent table. So let's create. You see that we have created, and let's just update some values here, and let me show you the data here. You see that tiffin box is related to a category ID 1. What is category ID 1? Category ID 1 is home and kitchen. Likewise, Titan watch is related to a beauty and personal care. Wooden puzzle is related to this category. So this is where you need to define foreign key relationship. Even if you try to insert some another value, category ID, let me show you, which is some different value. Okay, let me put some another value here. Press F5. You see that insert statement conflict with the foreign key constraint, because you are trying to insert the category ID 6 which does not exist in product category. You see that. So you can insert only the category which are existing parent. Check constraint used to limit the value range that can be placed in column. For example, product price should not be negative, discount should not be less than 0, percentage always be in a percentage 1 to 100. In our example, let me show you the check constraint. Let me show you the products. Now I am trying to insert some values. You see that it is allowing me to insert some negative value. How it could be possible that some of the product have some negative values? That is not possible. So this is the case where I can create a check constraint. Let me remove this data and let me add constraint. Press F5 and let me show you there is no data, and let me insert some negative values. You see that a check constraint conflicted, because we have created unit price should always be greater than or equal to 0. It should not be negative. We are trying to insert here negative. So this is the case where you can create check constraint. Default constraint is used to set default value for a column. Default value will be added to all new record if no other value is specified. For example, new join employee should get 100 rewards point. Created or updated in a table, default date is specified as system date. Let's take an example. Now you see that I am trying to insert some value here. You see that discount value, I am not specifying any value here, and at the time of insert there should always be some value. So I am creating as 0 and let me insert some values. You see, and you see the result here. I have not specified this column here, but still it is got 0 value inserted, because I have not specified the discount value here and we got the 0 value. So this is the case where you need to create default constraint. Thank you very much. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share and press the bell icon to subscribe to our channel.